All right, we're on.
We're on. All right, back at it again. This is O, the futuristic baby boomer.
And Lively here, the progressive millennial.
Back at it again.
We are.
All right, man. So, spring is almost here. A lot of stuff going on. I know you've had a major project that you've been grinding on, so you haven't had a lot of time to check in on, just what's happening around the world itself. But,
Yeah.
NBA's getting ready to head to the playoffs. March Madness getting ready to start. Patrick Mahomes won his last Super Bowl. It's a bunch
Patrick
of stuff.
Mahomes again.
Again.
Jesus Christ. Do you think he's going to be better than Eli? Or not?
Eli.
Well, Tom Brady?
Well, he's got a long way to go before that. I mean, Tom got 7 rings.
But I think they're on the same pace, right? Around this time, Tom Brady was doing the same thing.
Maybe. He's on track for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some would say that he's the greatest quarterback that's ever played already. I mean, some would say that. I don't think I would say that. I'm big on rings.
You are big on
I'm
rings.
big on rings. I'm big on rings, man. Rings, I'm big on rings.
Do you think that's the only thing that really measure up to? Because Bill Russell got how much? 11?
11.
Charles Barkley has none.
0.
Michael Jordan got 6.
Yep.
And LeBron now has 5?
4.
4. If you're big on rings and championships, by that metric, how do you really? How can you say who's the no? Because there's another. What's his name? There's the monkey in the wrench.
Who, Robert Horry?
Yes, you knew it.
Yeah.
Robert Horry. Every time someone talk about rings, you can always go to Robert Horry. He was just lucky to be on a team that won a championship.
Right.
And so, how do you measure that?
Yeah, but I mean, you just said it. He was lucky to be on a team that won championships. And I think he probably has 7 or 8. But he was on a team. And he was a contributor, but he wasn't the main driver.
Right.
He wasn't the person that it was on to win.
So for you, there has to be a combination of things, not just championships, not just rings. So back to Patrick Mahomes, when you're like compared to Tom Brady, he's not the greatest yet because you're big on championships, you're big on rings. But I think people are saying that because of how he plays the game. I'm pretty sure his IQ, the way he moves.
Oh yeah, no question. Yeah, I mean he's his instincts, man. He's a beast. He's the Michael Jordan of football at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
that boy is fun to watch, man.
Oh my God, he's a beast, no question. Now, can he keep it up? I mean, in this NFL, can they keep the players around him that's going to allow him to be able to have what he needs? They got to re-sign Chris Jones. They're trying to do that. And they got some other key players that they got to try to re-sign.
Yeah.
We'll see if they're able to do that.
It takes a whole lot for greatness. If you're playing a team sport, it's just not about your individual talent. It's about the coaching staff. It's about the organization. It's about injuries.
All that.
It's just about so many things.
Yeah.
That has to be aligned. So Tom Brady's already lived a career where those things were aligned.
Absolutely.
And Patrick Mahomes is behind him, even though he's on the track. But it's just, it's just a small window to be able to perform like that and have the organization and maintain injury of health to be able to accomplish that.
You got to have talent. You got to have luck. There's
Yeah.
got to be some luck in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, last night, interestingly enough, the Golden State Warriors played the Milwaukee Bucks, and they beat the brakes off of them, right? But 2 nights before, the Boston Celtics beat the brakes off the Golden State Warriors by 50.
Mm-hmm.
So, this playoffs is going to be something, man. It's going to be interesting. And right now, the Warriors and the Lakers, LeBron, they're in the 9-10 spot for the play-in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the era of, the superstars who we relate to, LeBron and Steph, the faces of the NBA. Yeah,
That are phasing out currently.
No way out, man.
Yeah. But, man, LeBron James just don't want to go.
Oh, man, he's a beast, man.
He's a beast.
He's a beast. He's a beast.
Do we have a new category for when we talk about the greatest players that has ever done it?
Greatest of all time. The GOAT.
The greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I think LeBron James is redefining or defining a category of his own for what that really means. I mean, he recently hit over 40,000 points.
Only player ever. One of one.
The only player ever. Now, it would be different if another player, well, to hit 40,000 points, you have to be the greatest player doing it anyway, because not too many players are going to live to play long enough. He's played for how many? Over 2 decades now?
Yeah, he's in his 21st year.
21st year. Yeah, so I was going to say, if to reach 40,000 points and to be 40,000 points and be one of one to ever do that. Yeah, there can be no other player that can do that if they're not currently the best player in the league. Right? Because like another player could Robert Horry can hit 6 rings by luck, just by being in the team, right? Some players can have all these different unique stats, but to be able to have the most scoring points of all time in the league, you got to be the greatest doing it for a long period of time. And LeBron James has been the oldest player to play for that long and to have over 40,000 points. What are the possibility that you think that could ever be broken? And what does that mean for the greatest player now when we talk about that conversation? If no one else ever surpassed that, would anyone consider them better than LeBron going forward? I guess I'm thinking about the question to ask.
Yeah, well, so to me, it's a function of longevity. You know, there's no other player that has been as great as LeBron is for as long as he's been great. I'll give you that all day. Now, is he the GOAT? No, not for me. Michael Jordan's the GOAT for me. However, there's no player that has been as great as LeBron has been for as long as he has been that. And that longevity is what's allowed him to be able to get to that 40,000 and have the most points ever scored in the NBA.
Mm-hmm. For my metrics, I think Michael Jordan is the greatest winner of all time, and I think LeBron James is the greatest athlete of all time. And I know that I don't. Before I'm pretty sure people are kind of like settling in the idea that the people of Michael Jordan era would never ever say he's not the greatest, no matter what happens. I'll be curious to know if a player comes in the league that is not even LeBron James or Kobe or Jordan, and maybe we don't even love him as much as we did these players, but if he wins 6 in a row, I wonder if that's really going to debunk the argument about Michael Jordan being the greatest player. If someone comes along and wins 6 championships in a row, would that water down the idea that Michael Jordan was the greatest player and then give way for LeBron James because someone else now has won 6? Because that's the only argument that Michael Jordan fans seems to have, that he's won 6 and never lost any championship.
Never lost in the final.
Right.
So I think to your point, what would have to happen is that you'd have that player that came in and won more than, let's say some player came and won 7. Mm-hmm. And never lost in the finals. Mm-hmm. There could be a debate as to whether that player is the greatest of all time. That player doesn't open the door for LeBron to step in with all the losses that he's had going for championships in the finals to say he's the greatest. Now, again, let's be clear. I'm certainly saying and conceding, and this is a win for you. There's no player that has been as great as LeBron has been for as long as he's been great. I give you that. And if you want to make that a category, the longest, oldest motherfucker playing, yeah, we could print up a trophy and send that to him. And quite frankly, I'm rooting for LeBron. Like I want him. He got 4 rings right now.
You think he'll win another before he leaves?
I hope so, because Lakers is my squad.
Yeah,
but
the Denver Nuggets, man.
Yeah, Denver's a beast, and right now the Boston Celtics, they're killing.
It's really hard. I mean, even though Lakers playing well now, it's really hard to see them winning the championship when the championship contender has won in this playoffs. I mean, in this season, I think 8 times since they've met them. They've lost 8 straight games. to the Nuggets?
Lost age.
Lakers?
Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to check and see because I don't know the answer to that. But I do know they lost a tough game last night to the Sacramento Kings, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get out of the play-in, man. And LeBron, his ankle's been giving him problems the whole year, and he went out limping yesterday, on that ankle. I mean, Father Time is undefeated, man.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
He is.
Yeah.
I mean, he is.
Look, if anybody has defeated Father Time, it's been LeBron.
Well, he hasn't defeated Father Time. He's taken him into extra innings for sure, but he hasn't defeated him. And I'm gonna say, I promise you, Father Time ultimately will win out on LeBron James.
We have to have some sort of measuring stick. We got to say what is defined as Father Time in the NBA. Right, because everybody eventually is going to get, if LeBron James played till he's 60, we're going to be like, Father Time is undefeated. But no one has ever played that long before. LeBron James is 39 years old now.
Yeah.
He's been playing over 21 seasons.
Yeah.
Most players, even the greatest player, they retire around 18. I'm not, maybe 18 seasons.
Years old?
No, of course.
18 seasons.
18 seasons.
It depends. I mean, it depends on when you. I mean, look, LeBron got a jump because he came right out of high school. He didn't go to college, right? A lot of the other. I mean, why you laugh? That's true.
No, I'm here. I'm listening.
I mean, he got extra seasons because he didn't go to college.
Yeah.
I mean, that's facts. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not making it up.
But we're not really counting the seasons. We're counting the age.
Well, you just said 18 seasons, 21 seasons. We're talking about seasons.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the age then.
Okay.
Because he's 39 years old.
Right.
When did Mike? I'm not sure. Do you know when Jordan retired?
I think he retired at maybe 40. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. And he played for the Wizards 2 years.
But also another metric is that close to their retirement, they weren't playing as great as LeBron James is right now, and they weren't considerably still one of the best in the league. LeBron James is still playing at a high performance. He's still considered one of the best players in the league right now.
You probably didn't hear me. I said there's no player that has been as great as LeBron for as long as LeBron has been great. I'm conceding that all day. He's a beast.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to get a new category for the longest playing old motherfucker at a high level, shit, man.
LeBron all day.
Yeah, LeBron all day. Nobody else gets that but LeBron. For sure.
Yeah, that's great, man. Steph Curry. What about him? How many more seasons do you think he got left?
I hope a few, man. But again, Steph is still playing at an MVP caliber level. Steph is still probably one of the top 3 players in the league. He's 35. Getting ready to be 36. These cats are getting old, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and typically there's a fall off.
When that fall off hits, who you think is going to be in the face of the league? Because
who's new?
Well, it's not about who's new; it's who wants it.
I don't know if it's who wants it. Yeah, well, maybe because you got to kind of want it.
You got to want it. It's just a different. Because what's the kid that's playing on the Nuggets?
Nikola Jokic.
Jokic. He doesn't want to be the face of the league. He's a great player, but he doesn't want to be the face of the league. So he's not really. He's not embracing it.
He can't jump over a piece of paper.
Not at all.
And he is a beast.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's a beast. He's doing triple double almost every night. He's a monster.
Yeah. So is it Giannis? Probably not. I mean,
Giannis will step up. Giannis is going to be a face of the league.
He's going to be a face. Is he going to be the face? Probably not.
Gilgeous Alexander in OKC. He's a superstar, man.
Mm-hmm.
Superstar. He's a superstar. Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
Luka's a beast.
Does he want to be? These European players don't want to be the face of the league. They just have a different kind of energy about them. They're great, but they're like, I got other things to focus on. Life for me goes beyond basketball. I feel like that's their energy, and so they don't really want to be the face of the league.
And there was a void, you know, when Jordan retired, it's like, who's going to step in? Who's going to become that? And LeBron, Steph Curry, you know, they became, you know, faces and players and teams that you were able to gravitate to be able to say, okay, you know, these are the cats that you're following. Kevin Durant, you know, beast. But Kevin Durant, you know, I mean.
He didn't want it either.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, KD kind of arguably still is a face of the league. He still is.
He's a face.
A face.
Because of his talent. But I'm saying, to be the face of the league, you got to embody it. You got to want to be it. You got to want to take on the pressure and everything that comes with.
Right.
And I think just by being great doesn't make you the face of the league, because Kevin Durant, arguably just talent alone, he's amazing. But his personality, his attitude just doesn't cut it to be the face of the league.
Yeah.
You know, he's too sensitive you know what I mean? Like you got to have poise. You got to be a statesman. You got to know how to carry the weight. LeBron James called himself King James. You know what I mean? Like, he wanted to be the heir.
So I will say this about LeBron. I don't think there's any player coming out of high school who had the amount of pressure that LeBron James had on him, anointing himself as the king. And he's lived up to that without any blemishes, any problems. Only thing, he made one little small mistake when he went from Cleveland to Miami, you know, taking my talents to South Beach. And, you know, you don't quit your girlfriend, you know, on TV. You don't do that. So
worked out for him.
I mean, not right away. You know, he went back to Cleveland and won him a chip, and all is forgiven. But if he hadn't done that, there's a lot of folks in Cleveland that still would be hating LeBron.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, Jordan really, most of his career at least, he didn't leave the Bulls. Kobe never left the Lakers.
Yeah. Right.
You know, Shaq towards the end of his career. I mean, he started with the Atlanta Magic, right? And then came to the Lakers. But he played for the Lakers for the long haul. Well, a lot of the greats
until he got to the end.
Yeah.
Then he went to the Miami Heat. And then he won a chip with Dwayne Wade. Then he went to Boston. Then he went to Phoenix. Then he went. You know, I mean, you know, a lot of players. You know, when Father Time is pretty much done kicked your ass, you can still collect a couple checks.
Yeah, right.
You put a couple checks on your way out. You know, Charles Barkley got a couple checks.
Right.
Went to Houston. Scotty went to Portland. You know, everybody's like, "Can I get a check before I go?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, another couple paydays. Nobody want to turn down a payday. You know.
Yeah, but the entertainment landscape is changing. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to. I clearly have a different opinion, but I think maybe it's just me, because I really haven't done a survey yet, or you know, like did a data search to see if everybody, or at least my cohort, is like entertaining or consuming media the way I am. Meaning, like, I don't remember the last time I watched a full basketball game.
Yeah.
Or a football game. I only watched the playoffs. House of Highlights is what I watch, and then ESPN, you know, catching up on the commentators and things like that. I don't know if it's just me or a lot of people. People in my close circle also are doing the same. They don't really watch games like that anymore. I mean, Ice Cube is trying to take on this thing called the Big Three. I mean, that's
it'll be third or fourth year.
Yeah, it's third or fourth year. But, you know, like, even the way we consume news, the way how everybody sort of have a platform.
Everybody's cutting the cord, man.
Everybody's cutting the cord on TV.
I need to do it.
There's a possibility, like the subscription services like Netflix, Hulu, Disney, they're all trying to come up with a deal to combine all these channels, as opposed to being separate and independent. You know, so it's a lot that is happening and changing.
Yeah, it is.
The way we watch movies.
And it's too much. I mean, for me,
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's too much, because, you know, I still have DirecTV, you know, which is a mortgage payment every month. It's ridiculously high. But, you know, I want the NBA package. The NFL package left DirecTV and went to YouTube. And I refuse to buy that, because I'm just not paying. I'm not paying for that. And now I pay for you know, Amazon Prime Video. I pay for that. I pay for Netflix. I'm not paying for Apple. I'm done. I mean, I'm paying for enough damn TV that I don't even really have time to really watch for real.
Right.
I got 7,850 channels, and quite frankly, I only watch 3. You know what I mean?
It's so messy, man.
Yeah.
It's so messy. I don't know how, like, similar things are happening in, like, multiple industry. You know, I can compare this same challenge to the EV industry, with Tesla having a supercharging station and having only Teslas charge at that station. And then you have all the other third party or all the other EV companies are using different adapter, they're charging at different places. And it's like, there's no cohesiveness. There's no togetherness. You know what I mean? There's no universal charging. There's no universal TV network now that you can go to. Everybody wants to do their own thing. And then you have regular consumers that are also part of media now, because like the barrier of entry is so low to do things, and everybody have an opinion.
Content.
So everybody's creating content.
Create content.
Exactly. And so the landscape is changing. And because of that, like, you know, before, like if someone's powerful and there's allegations that come out about that person, it's easier for them to pay hush money, these cable networks to communicate with each other and make it go away.
And talking about Diddy, ain't you?
Yeah, you got Diddy. Yeah,
you talking about Diddy. They come up with Diddy.
Diddy is powerful, and I've witnessed, because in the beginning when it comes out, obviously it's everywhere, and all these news outlets like, you didn't pay me yet, so I'm reporting on this. Yeah, right, you didn't pay me yet, and then eventually the record label, however it works, will get together and then make it go away. And then before you know, within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that shit is down, right? You don't even know what's happening.
So who just came out? What's my girl's name? What's her name? I like
Cassie?
Cassie. Yeah, she came out and said that, you know, Diddy was, and then all of a sudden
she came out, and and when she came out, Diddy settled with her.
Oh, really?
Diddy settled with her. And when Diddy settled with her, everybody else was like, oh,
yo, oh, yeah.
Oh, this is an opportunity because he settled. So they all came out and tried to get their own check. And so that made stories come out of the woodwork. And I think the next girl that came out wanted to remain anonymous. But
so is he the new R. Kelly?
I think they're finding out that he's a new what's the dude?
Harvey Weinstein?
Not even Harvey Weinstein. What's the dude that Jeffrey Epstein?
Oh shoot,
because they're saying he was running. He was also running this secret, boys club amongst the music moguls, and they were all involved in it. And I mean, you go to what's that pastor? I don't know.
TD Jakes?
TD Jakes to Tyler Perry, this and Oprah and allegations, you know, like I don't want to say, even though we're a small channel, we go in the virtual space and these people.
Yeah.
So this is.
So allegedly.
This is allegedly. Right.
We don't know for sure.
But the point is though, like I'm seeing like every time they try to make it go away from the big media channel that we all know, like, you know, the broadcasting network or like the Breakfast Club or the Joe Budden podcast, all these like black entertainment broadcasting networks that are in the industry that are silencing it or no longer talking about it anymore. You've seen these one-off podcasters that are still picking up the story and still talking about it. And they still have like 1.2 million subscribers, 3 million subscribers. And so I'm like, damn, things are different now. You can't just pay hush money for things to go away anymore because people will pick it up because they're like, you're not paying me and I'm independent. So I can report on this if I want to.
Hey, Diddy, if you want to cut us a check for $500,000, we will never mention your name again. We won't mention. I'll never speak the word Diddy in life if he cuts me a check for $500K.
Yeah.
I'll be like, who? Who?
Take that. Man, but yeah, that's what I don't know, man. This is even tracing back to Michael Jackson days when they're talking about how Michael Jackson is sort of like similar to Kanye West now in the sense that he wasn't bought. Like he was still voicing his opinion, talking about the powers that be, and you know they did everything to just shit on his name. And I know we talked about this before. The idea that Michael Jackson did it. He used to like little boys. That was evident. But I mean, this when you listen to Michael Jackson's lyrics and how innocent and pure he was, and talking about his secret life of dating women, and then also when you look at the industry, like at what point in his career that he was trying to do certain things that he was denied access to, or they started to rattle his name. I don't know. It calls to kind of go back and really like reassess it and do some more research, especially with the Diddy allegation now, because Diddy's security guard, the guy who is the top security guard that pretty much made a lot of things go away, was deeply connected. He was also the top security guard for Michael Jackson as well. So there's some parallels that is being drawn now to go, oh, okay, I think there are people who are like really will do things to shit on your reputation and to keep others.
I think it all started. Cat Williams just tore the damn.
I think so, man.
Lid off that joint when he went on
Club Shay Shay.
Club Shay Shay's joint and just went ham on everybody. Now he's been showing up going ham on other places.
It's changing the landscape. We grew up with all of these celebrities, and before we only had access to them through BET,
right, and
MTV. Now we're seeing their lives unfold and everything, and we're finding out, like, you know, like one of the things that it just made me think. The hip hop community is so homophobic. You know what I mean? Like black folks, like it's like to be gay is probably one of the worst things you can say to a black dude who is straight, because of how we raised, you know, and the stigma is associated with it. Things have improved now, but you know, no, like black dudes, that's the worst thing you could do or say to them. But now all of the people that we admire, grew up watching, we're finding out that they were gay or they did gay stuff. Will Smith, all these allegations about him being gay. P. Diddy now, Birdman, Lil Wayne.
The allegations out there,
all of these guys, it's almost like it's a part of the community. It's part of the industry, you know? And I think, I don't know, maybe that's a message to people who maybe struggle with, you know, their, you know, sexuality. Look, people, clearly there are more gay people than you think, even though they're just not really coming out and saying it, but they're out there. And I think that should speak to people who feel like they can't really speak, or I don't know, live in their own skin and go, oh, people are doing it, they're just ashamed of it, but maybe I don't have to anymore. I don't know if there's a correlation drawn there. I don't know if that's something, there's a point to be made there, but I'm just like.
So my thought on that is that, I don't know if Will Smith or Diddy or Birdman or Lil Wayne are gay, or I haven't heard those allegations. I don't know. I mean, if they are, you know, if they're not. But I do think that, you know, society has evolved to allow people to be able to, you know, to own their truth. And, you know, for as difficult as it's been to create an environment where people can be their true selves, and they should be able to be their true selves. And they shouldn't have a stigma, and they should not have shade because they're living their truth. They should be able to do that. You know, I mean, that's what a free society should allow you to do. And, you know, so I think that the climate is probably better for that in some ways. You know, even though, you know, at times it looks like we may be going backwards, you know, for the most part, there's been a consciousness raising around, you know, sexuality and how people want to identify themselves, and they should have the ability to be able to do that.
Indeed. Yeah. I mean, I think the younger generation, once again, are embracing things like that. So it's becoming more of a norm to be able to express yourself and, you know, live in your own truth. I hope, I don't know, because like Terry Crews was on Club Shay Shay too, and even like since Club Shay Shay has done the Cat Williams podcast interview, they've been coming for Shannon Sharpe, and one of the allegations that they have on him is, again, he's gay. Mike Epps.
Shannon Sharpe is gay?
Yeah. And then he didn't help himself by posting the last video when he was going to I guess he was doing a tour, and he he made his last stop at Total Wine, and he got out of the SUV with a fanny pack that sort of like resembles like a purse. It was orange. He had this green jumpsuit on, and then he got out. You know, he's big, muscular, but he got out. He had his cell phone in his hand. I think he was fumbling with closing the door, and he popped out, and the camera was in his face. And the first thing he did was he did one of these. He's like, yeah, you know, this is the last stop. Y'all see the line, Total Wines. We about to go do it. He said, you asked for it. You got to show up. And he walked around, and then he waved and walked into the Total Wine. But the whole video was all about 2 minutes. And he looked flamboyant. And so the internet, like, took no time. And they're plastered, I think, everywhere. And it's just like, it's so hilarious when you just stick this allegation of someone and then watch them defend themselves. And it's just like...
That's why I've always said, man, you know, when it comes to fame and fortune, and I know people that really have wanted to be famous, you can have that, man. I'll take the fortune. But I have no desire to be famous at all. None.
Yeah.
Zero.
Before I used to say, I'm not sure, it'd be fun to be famous.
Nope.
But I think I would appreciate always having to have the opportunity to introduce myself to a stranger. Hi, I'm Lavley. Not, hi, oh yeah, Lavley, I already know you, motherfucker. Like, you know, like, that's got to be the weirdest thing. To never be a stranger to anyone again.
So that's interesting. So let's migrate a little bit over to that you mentioned that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, because you know Travis, you know he was seeing the sister for quite a while, a long time, and they broke up, you know what I mean, and then he ended up, you know, apparently he tried to send a little friendship bracelet to Taylor Swift, and she didn't know who he was, didn't take it, kind of roughed him. And then he was on his podcast with his brother, Jason Kelce. He was like, yeah, you know, Taylor kind of roughed me and whatnot. Somebody got to Taylor and was like, yo, yeah, that was Travis Kelce. You know, he's a football player. And she was like, all right, no. Okay. And so then they hooked up. And now they got this, like, amazing little love story going. And he now is, like, on every other commercial that I see on TV. Like every third commercial is Travis Kelce on that joint. Because his profile, Taylor Swift brought all her Swifties into buying Kansas City Chiefs gear. Yeah. Coming to football. I mean, it's interesting, man. I mean,
it is interesting.
They move markets. Taylor Swift is the most recognized entertainer. She got a huge following.
Yeah, their dating lifestyle looked like a business model. I mean, they don't really look compatible.
Oh, I disagree. I think they are. They look compatible to me.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I think, well, I've always liked Travis Kelce. You know, I thought he's a cool cat. I thought he's cool cat. I like his brother Jason. You know, he just retired. You know, he had his retirement speech. He cried the whole way through. You know, he's genuine, man. They're both genuine. I mean, the podcast is really good. But, you know, Travis getting together with Taylor, you know, I mean, yeah, it looks like it might be a business arrangement, but no, I think they're cool. You know, I think that, you know, absent information to the contrary, I like them. I don't know if they got a little name, you know how they put the names together and whatnot. I don't know, whatever that might be, whatever. But you know, Taylor and Travis, yeah, kind of like them.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, no, I think they're cool. I mean, now. The reality is, if they ever break up, Travis gonna have the blues because all them Swifties, as much as they love him, they're gonna hate him, and they're gonna hate him. He be hating life like Beyonce and the bees around. You know, Beyonce. Yo, man, you don't want to get sideways on that community.
Yeah, Taylor Swift is the biggest star now.
Yeah, man.
She even bigger than Beyonce.
She's bigger than anybody.
Bigger than anybody. Well, I'm only saying Beyonce because Beyonce was previously the biggest star.
Have you heard Beyonce's new country hit? Country.
I heard like a few seconds of it. I haven't listened to the whole thing.
I like it. But then again, I'm a Beyonce fan, so you know.
I mean, some will say that a lot of these genres.
I don't want the Beehive coming after me.
Yeah, a lot will say that a lot of these genres were influenced by black music anyway. So it's like I know the country music gatekeepers. I'll say try to be like, yeah, Beyonce shouldn't really be ranked or be a part of this genre, but
I
then
mean,
the Beehive came for her.
Lil Nas X came out.
It's by accident. I mean, they fought it until Miley Cyrus' dad did a remix with.
Oh man, that cup was hot.
Yeah, that shit was hot.
That cup was hot. That cup was hot. You know.
And then Lil Nas X got besides himself, and he tried to compare himself to Jesus, and now he might be canceled.
Yeah, well, you always go too far. You can always go too far. You can always go too far. But I like Beyonce's little country cut.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I guess there's always a reason why. Once I find out why, like what was her reason for doing the transition to country music, maybe I can get with it more. I can give it a listen. But it's just without really knowing much. It's just like,
Isn't she
what's
from
up?
Houston? She's from Texas.
She is from Texas.
Yeah, so she's like, she grew up with that kind of music. So she's like, yeah, I could drop. That's part of my roots.
Yeah, probably.
You don't seem convinced.
No, I don't. I don't think anyone. I don't think you're allowed. Do you think the black community is feeling that?
I don't know, man. If they listen to it, they might. It's kind of hot.
It's a whole album, right?
Yeah, I just listened to the one cut.
Yeah.
And the whole album may be country. I don't know, but I just listened to one cut. I like the cut. I like the first single they dropped. I like that joint.
Cool. I'll give it a shot. See what it's about. Beyonce and Jay-Z, the most powerful couple to ever do that. Blue Ivy now is up next. She's gonna have pressure. She's gonna have an immense amount of pressure. Her dad is Jay-Z. Her mom is Beyonce. What are you gonna be?
Why do you think she's gonna have pressure?
Because what are you gonna be? Celebrity kids or the greatest who ever do it, their children usually struggle with identity.
A lot of them.
What are they gonna be? How can they really top their parents? Should they even strive to top their parents or do their own thing?
Like
they
for
don't
example, Michael Jordan has 3 kids, right? Marcus, Jeffrey, and I can't think of his daughter's name. But, I think one of his sons tried to play ball, but that was like...
Yeah, Marcus. Yeah.
Bro, not only are you not your dad, but you're not even...
a player.
Yeah, come on. So now he's out there, with Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
Right. Well, they broke up.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I believe they did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they broke up. That's crazy. I think they probably knew they should have broken up a long time ago.
That's why Scottie was mad at Michael.
Yeah. But I think, if you're a celebrity child or if you're a product of greatness, if you don't attempt to follow their footstep and do something else and go under the radar, that's when you become heavily scrutinized and you're judged. Everybody compare you to see if you can beat your parents but if you don't do that, if you take a whole different path, then you're fine. But if you try to do that and fail, then that's when it's a problem. So Beyonce's taking little Blue Ivy on tour and she's been dancing now, hinting that she's going to be a part of she's going to be doing something in the entertainment world. That's going to be tough because now she's under scrutiny. She's in the limelight.
Yeah. So I agree. There's going to be scrutiny. I guess I don't know that I believe that if you're a child of famous parents that you have to try to outdo what they've done. I don't know you have to do that. I don't know that you have to buy in. For example, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, their kids, Jaden and can't think of the other ones, but
Willow.
Yeah, they're just living life. They're not trying to outdo their parents. They just doing what they're doing. Like, and that's nothing wrong with that. You know?
I think they tried. They're just not successful.
I don't know.
Because everybody's still going to think, yeah, you great, that's cute. You trying to rap, but you're Will Smith's son. You don't. I think the people fall in love with the story, the rags to riches story, the grinding before you become something, and then you develop a fan base, and your personality sees through. If you're rich already, you're struggling with identity and you're trying to make music and doing things, it doesn't really resonate the same way.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Because for his, Shaq, his son, Shakir, I think it is, O'Neal, he was in the same draft class with Scottie Pippen Jr., right? And they both were on the Lakers Summer League team couple seasons back. Shaq's son didn't make it in the league. Scottie Pippen Jr., I think he may be on an NBA team somewhere down the bench, or he might be in the G League. Sorry, dude. Now, Steph Curry, his dad played in the NBA. He's crushed his dad's career. Klay Thompson, he's crushed his dad's career. Michael Thompson.
But they weren't part of the greatest to do it. They played in the NBA, but they were under the radar for the most part. They made an NBA. So their kids, it's not like anybody was really comparing them to their kids. They just played in the NBA enough to be able to get their kids with the same develop, the athlete's mindset, the work ethics and all of that to give them a shot too and into the league. But they made the name for themselves for the first time. Klay Thompson he's the Thompson. Steph Curry is the Curry, not his dad.
Now, Michael Thompson was a bad boy. He had a great career. He was a bad boy.
But no one was talking about Michael Thompson. No one was talking.
Back in the day on the Lakers, yeah, he was a beast.
Were they?
Yeah, he was a beast. He was a beast. Now, and, Steph Curry's dad, he's a 3-point shooter. But, yeah, he wasn't. He was good. He wasn't great.
Yeah, I'm talking about celebrities that we all know are like, they're the cream of the crop. They're the ones that are like, they're the best of the best. The Michael Jackson, the Jay-Z, the Beyoncés, the Adeles, the Oprah. If they have kids, that's a different kind of pressure versus B-list celebrities, C-list celebrities who made enough money, they have enough talent, but they went under the radar and they have kids. And their kids, no one's checking for them. And they rise to the top because they're coming from talent. They have the same greatness, and then they become something. That's what Steph Curry was. That's what Klay Thompson is.
Denzel Washington's son.
That's a good example.
He's killing the acting game.
See, then that's rare. You see what I'm saying? When you really put it to perspective like that, that's rare that a product of Denzel or Michael Jordan, someone comes up and also be as great or create their own swim lane for themselves. That's rare.
Yeah, that is. But I think it's a mix. I think it's a mix. I think it's, sometimes the kids want to go into that avenue, and sometimes they just want to do their own thing and not even deal with it. Just spend the money and live life. Mm-hmm. Go to Coachella and hang out. If you got millions of dollars,
I think everybody eventually comes to term with, what am I going to do? How am I going to leave my mark here? Money isn't going to do it. I don't think money is going to be the reason why they stay happy. Everybody's going to come to reckoning with, okay, I've spent all the money. I've done everything. Money is endless, but what am I doing here? Identity crisis is real, and it's going to catch up to anybody, any kid who grew up with fortunes and didn't earn it.
Maybe.
You don't think so?
I don't know that Shaquille O'Neal's son is losing a whole lot of sleep because he didn't make it to the NBA. I think he's hanging out with his dad, when he's up there mixing and DJing and whatnot, and he's probably smashing Mad Honeys because he's Shaquille O'Neal's son, and that's how he's living. I don't necessarily see him like, woe is me. Yeah, woe is me. I just picked up my new Bentley. Woe is me. I don't really see it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see it, it just depends. There are a lot of players like right now. So LeBron, he got pissed off last week because they said Bronny, his son, is looking like a second-round draft pick, not a first-rounder.
He is.
And LeBron,
he ain't that good.
Right. LeBron got mad. Let a kid be a kid. He's going to earn it. He's going to, he came out. He deleted it. But, once you put something up, it is there. LeBron got pissed. And I get it. He's a dad, man. He got mad because you coming for his son. He's like, leave him alone.
Sure. But he's also acting like a dad where everybody recognized, like, listen, man, you were that age. You were a phenom.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your son, he's not getting any pass. This is a time where he's been on the microscope. You're LeBron James. This is your son. Right now, he's played enough for us to see what his potential is, and he ain't looking like it. He's looking like a second-round draft. The only reason cameras are on Bronny Jr. is because he's LeBron James' son. If anybody else is playing like Bronny, they're not getting the same spotlight because he's not that great. He's not.
Yeah, he's not.
He's playing like a regular. He's good, but he's not great.
Yeah, and unfortunately, his team USC, they're not really playing that well in that conference. You know what I mean? They haven't won very many games.
Mm-hmm.
So LeBron, let a kid be a kid. Let him just enjoy playing college basketball.
Yeah, nah. Fuck that. You brought that pressure on him, bro.
And he did. Because he said he wanted to play in the NBA
with his son.
Yeah,
well, good luck.
He did put that on there. He put that on there. It's going to be hard if Bronny don't make it. Now, they will draft him.
They will draft him.
Yeah, because they're like, we get LeBron.
Yeah. I think they'll draft him.
Yeah, LeBron will be 84 years old. He'll come in that joint and play with Bronny 1 year. That's
a testament to how great of a dad and a mentor was LeVar Ball was. Because I didn't think his kids was going to be like get into the league and also make a name for themselves. And all but one, all three of them got drafted. One of them went to the D League. I think he's playing internationally now.
Yeah, LiAngelo.
LiAngelo.
Yeah, he didn't have the.
But LaMelo's great.
LaMelo's great. LaMelo's a beast.
I thought LaMelo wasn't gonna have a shot, and that kid turned out.
He is a beast.
Great, yeah.
Down in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's his older brother?
Some love.
Yeah, it's anyway. He had a knee injury with the Bulls. He's rehabbing. His career has been plagued with injury.
Yeah.
But
LaMelo.
No, not LaMelo. I'm trying to think about the older brother.
Oh yeah, no.
I can't.
Yeah.
But
there's LaMelo, there's LeVar, there's LiAngelo, and there's I don't know.
And that's the one that I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Who's the oldest one with the Lakers?
Right.
And he was there, and he had he's a good player. He's a good player.
He's a great player too. Yeah.
I don't know about great. He's good.
Good player.
LaMelo is the best of them, but he got 3 players, 2 in the league, solid, and then LiAngelo, maybe. He's a French.
Yeah.
He was playing, European. So yeah, give LeVar some credit, like you give Richard Williams credit for getting Venus and Serena.
Yeah.
Now it will be
give Joe Jackson a credit. Do we?
Hey man, he was a slave driver and made the Jackson 5. But to your point, if Tiger Woods' son Charlie goes and plays, because his
track record right now is
just like Tiger. He looks just like Tiger when he's playing. If he can be a beast, that'd be amazing. But that's a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of pressure.
That is a lot of pressure.
If you're going to go play golf, you're going to have to deal with that scrutiny all the time.
Kids him to have the poise like his dad, though.
He's Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We'll see. Yeah, man. Well, on that note,
all right,
coming to an end.
Back at it next time. Everybody catch you later.
Next time we're actually going to have some guests on, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're getting ready to get back to the guest mode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
No doubt. All right, y'all.
All right.
Next time.
Peace.